Have you ever met someone that would go above and beyond for everything that they want to achieve in life? One who never lets anything get in their way. One who inspires you to be better and to do your very best at everything you do, no matter how hard it gets. They use that to make them stronger and to push harder. I have, and that is my brother Craig Burton. Today I will be talking to you about my brother's childhood, his achievements, some of his motivating factors, so that you can see how he's one that inspires me to be the best that I can be. My brother Craig, he was born on December 5th, 1989 in Queens, New York. By the time he was 7, my mom moved him and my brother down here to Augusta, Georgia so that she was able to provide a better life for them. His father wasn't present through his upbringing as a kid, but regardless of that, they never let that bring them down. My brother, he was very outgoing and sports oriented. He was one to always participate in extracurricular activities like book club, science club, rifle club, JROTC. He was also in band. He participated in recreational sports like football, soccer, baseball, and his favorite, which was basketball. He's very outgoing, he's adventurous, so if he sees a ice cold pond, he'll literally just jump into it just to see how it feels. He likes bungee jumping, rock climbing, tight roping, anything that looks like a challenge or scary, he's gonna just try it anyway. My mom would always say that he is an example of living life to the fullest because he literally will live life to the fullest. There's not a moment where he isn't trying to have fun. He's not trying to make the best out of something, or there's not a moment he's not trying to have fun and make, even though tough it can get tough sometimes, like he still knows how to push through it and get over it. Now that you know a little bit about his childhood, I can move on to some of his achievements. In 2007, he graduated from Hepzibah High School with honors. He immediately went off to college and he attended Augusta State University, which is now known as Augusta University. There he had obtained his bachelor's in he got his bachelor's in biology and political science, and he had a minor of childhood education. After graduating, he went on a mission with the Augusta State University to Africa, where they ministered the word of God to the African families, and they helped them out. Once he returned back to the United States, he had a broader mind frame for the word of God, and he wanted to get more understanding, and so he started going to church, and he even applied to get a job at Christ Community, where he worked there for 2 years as a nurse. And after that, he decided he wanted to go back to school. And so at the age of 25, he graduated from Augusta State University's nursing program, the master's nursing program, at the top 10% of his class, and he went off to work there at the hospital as a level 5 nurse. After holding that position for 2 years, he decided he wanted more, and so he applied to be a travel nurse. So he took a couple assignments. He went to Missouri, he went to Yakima, Washington, Seattle, Washington, Gilroy, California, and he just kept on going. But then that wasn't enough for him. He wanted to go into the military, and that was a goal that he had since he was 14 years old. And so at the age of 29, Craig had joined the United States Air Force as a first lieutenant. And after completing his training, he was stationed at San Antonio, Texas, where he's presently stationed to this day. Craig is one of the strongest people I know, and the reason I'm saying that he inspires me is because even though he completes one thing, he wants to complete something else. He wants to keep going. He doesn't just want to stay still. He wants more for himself, and that's really inspiring to me. As I mentioned earlier, Craig didn't have a male figure as a role model in his life, but Craig didn't use that as an excuse, nor did my mother use that for an excuse for anything. They made the best out of what they had, and Craig continued to make goals for himself and to push himself to get through anything that he needed. It's always been rumored that, I'm sure you've heard that, like children that are raised in single single parent households don't often amount to much and they have very few accomplishments, but Craig set out to discredit the statistics, and he did his best to make sure that he didn't let that stop him, and he didn't harbor on the fact that he grew up without a father. He used that and he turned it into something better. I say all this to say, like, Craig really inspired me to not just want to just go to school and get a career. He wants me, he makes me want to find a career, and like, he makes it seem enjoyable. I am eager to do more, and to, once I complete something, to complete something else, and to just keep going and not just stay still at where I'm at. His childhood, his achievement, his motivating factors, all that contributes to the way he is today, and I'm really proud to be able to call him my big brother.